What's good, everybody? It's your girl Jakayla A, and I will be showing y'all in this video real quick how I apply acrylic nails. I chose to do a square nail because I feel like it's standard. It's just really my favorite, but it's a classic. So I am picking up a little bit of product. To me, that's a medium-sized bead. It might be a large bead to somebody else, but I use a 12 brush, a size 12, so I could have got an even bigger one than that, but since I didn't get a bigger one, I will have to layer it. But you see me here, I'm working my first bead all the way down. I'm noticing in front of me, also even in the video, you can see it's very sheer. What you want to do when you're moving acrylic down a nail, it is a patting motion. If the acrylic is not moving, it is too dry. If it is moving too fast, it is too wet. The number one rule of doing acrylic nails is learning your ratio. The temperature can affect your ratio. Putting acetone in your monomer, if it is too cold in your room, can help with that, but you don't want it too hot of a space and you don't want too cold of a space, or you just have to roll with the punches and it could bring some difficulty. So learning your ratio is the first thing, and literally you just have to practice. I do not personally have a shortcut for ratio. You have to practice. Y'all see those little bead mats where Timmy Taylor sells them? A bunch of people sell them. You can buy them on Amazon, and it's literally a mat to practice acrylic ratio, which basically is how wet does your brush have to be with monomer so that when you dip it into the powder, which is the acrylic powder, and it polymerizes, it doesn't run or stay too stiff. You want a middle ground that works for you. So I saw that my first bead was too sheer. I went in with my second bead directly above it. I got the opacity that I like, and the thickness at the tip is looking right. So I'm just cleaning up my sides, but really I'm just giving my base time to dry before I move into my third bead. People always umming and on about a 1 bead method, a 2 bead method, a 3 bead method. I, for whatever reason, typically do a 3 to 5 bead method depending on the length of the nail. In this example, I did 5 beads on both, and I don't even know why I did 5 beads. It just ended up looking right. I am an advocate for do as many beads as you have to achieve the look. So my cuticle bead is my 4th bead. That's the bead that I really want to be the driest because I don't want to flood my cuticles. But you don't want it to be too stiff because you want it to move beautifully down the nail. I got a little bit on the sides. I'm cleaning up my sides. But I still did not flood my cuticle area. So ratio is the number 1 tip. Second tip is a patting and pressing motion to start with. And then when you want to feather it out, as you see me doing here, it's a light stroke. That's also the third tip, a light hand. You want to have a light hand. Naturally in life, I'm a very heavy-handed person, okay? I'll just be manhandling things and doing too much, but you want to have a light hand. I'm seeing I got a gap, you see? On my left side, I have a little gap. I didn't cover the whole tip. Don't fret. You can always fix, you can always repair. So I'm going back with a little piece, nothing crazy, and I'm filling in the gap. So now technically, I'm at like a 6 bead, right? I do believe I'm at like a 6 bead now. Sometimes the rules, you just got to throw them out the way. You got to throw them out the way, and you got to figure out what works best for you. And here I am with the same client doing the next finger just to show you again. Sometimes it might be a 2 bead. Sometimes, and this is a long nail. To me, this is a long. This is a client that got a Halloween set and she got long. So this pink is actually a glow-in-the-dark custom blend. And I have the video on this whole entire set coming this week because I actually filmed this set as well. But you see, I'm patting and pressing. I'm patting and pressing. My product is moving without me even touching it. I'm patting and pressing. I'm heavy-handed, so I'm being conscious to not do too much. But if I do too much, I know I can go back and fix it. I think that when it comes to laying acrylic, It scares a lot of people because you dip in that liquid, you get that brush in that liquid, then you get it in that powder, and when you push it, when you put it on that nail, it just start going everywhere. But there's a rhyme and a reason to why, and there's a way to control it. So I just don't want people to be so scared of it. People ask me all the time about acrylic application, and so I had to make this video just to show a up close and personal view of my acrylic application, because it's really not as difficult as people make it seem, and it also takes practice. Okay, so it's not impossible. It's far, far, far from impossible. If I could do it, you could do it. But it also takes practice, and I've been practicing nails for 4 years to even know what my ratios are, and I can really say that I still have so much to learn. So don't feel too intimidated by it not just coming easy to you, because it doesn't come that way to everybody. I really had to practice a lot. Okay, my nails was real fucked up, and it was real bad, and I kept all them videos up, and I still got all them pictures up. If you go to my Instagram, scroll all the way down, 2018, 19, girl, it was a no for me. It was a big no. I probably wouldn't pay myself, okay? Shout out to the loyal clients that paid me anyway. I probably wouldn't pay my damn self. But that type of time, I had to put the pain in, as they say, okay? I had to put the pain in, and now, you know, the reward is on the other side. But there I go with my cuticle bead. It was my 4th bead. And then I believe I went in with my 5th bead because I see a little dip. My apex area is a little thicker, and going down to my tip is a little bit thinner. So all that to say is that you can always go back and correct and revise. Look at every angle of the nail, go back, correct, and revise. Okay, so it's far from difficult, very possible, and don't be hung up on no 5 bead, 2 bead, 1 bead, 10 bead. Okay, whatever achieves the look. And that's just period. Whatever gets the job done is what gets the job done. And as long as your client like it, that's cool. Then we move on over to a little bit of filing, because even if the application is not crispy, like fresh out the pack, you can always redeem yourself in filing. Okay, you might got to put in more work. So, you know, my advice is always to practice your application, because as far as the timing on your sets, especially when you do a lot of nail art like I do, you will cut down the timing on your sets when your application is more flawless. But tips on filing. First thing you want to do is get a nice sturdy file. I use an 80/80. Even if it's the big one, the big rectangular one y'all see me use, I use an 80/80. Your posture is very important. Your client's posture, very important. When you're filing, the shaping can be weird if both of y'all are slouching or have poor posture. So have good posture. Good file, good posture. Also, I'm a hand file type of girl. I know the e-file, they say it saves time. Whatever. Shout out to that. I'm a hand filer. I hit my sides and my edges, no matter the shape. I hit my sides and my edges to clean them up first. And I always take the file lightly over the body. Even if it looks like I'm going fast, I'm really not. I'm taking the file lightly over the body because I don't want to ruin my apex. I don't want to mess up all the work that I put in when I laid it down. But I also feel like that hand file just gives you that bomb ass shape. Even over the surface, it gives you that bomb ass shape, and you just cannot duplicate it with the e-file. I don't use a carbide bit to seal. I just don't. When I learned how to do nails, I watched a lot of videos, and the one that I attached myself to, or really, spoke to me, was Tabitha Scott, and she uses a diamond bit. This is a large barrel diamond bit. I believe I got it from Young Nails. I believe Zulay also has it. I believe Hot Nail Topics, I'm going to put it in the description because it's going to eat me up. I believe they also have it, and it works wonders. It seals the cuticle beautifully for me. and there's the finished thing. Like, there's the finished look. I did buff the surface because I'm doing art. If I wasn't doing art and I was just going in with my gel top coat, I would keep the surface rough and I would have just went in. I always clean a finger as well. I always take the buffer and go underneath as well, and I use both sides of the buffer quickly so that I can get as smooth of a finish as I possibly can, because you know, when you're doing nail art, you just want it to be real smooth and nice surface. It'll just help you a lot. And then spray it down with alcohol so we can really see the shape is shaping. I don't do this in real life. If I was doing a set, I was just doing it for the video sake, so y'all could really just see what it give, if the give is really giving what it's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So far from perfect, but very, very possible for you to do it. And I used to hate doing my cuticle. Used to be 2 miles in between my cuticle area, but we got it under control with practice. And y'all can do it too, y'all. Good luck on your nail journey. And I hope this helped you. If you got any questions, I will answer them. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.